Hello.
Hello.
Good afternoon, Dr. Francis.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, doctor.
Good afternoon, sir.
How are you?
Good
afternoon. How are you?
Very well, sir.
Okay, good. All right, so where do we stop last? Let's revise that before people come.
You showed us how to drag and drop fields in Power BI to turn them into charts.
Okay.
Dashboard.
All right. Which data set did we use? Was still that Superstore, right?
Yes, Excel workbook.
Okay, that Excel workbook. Am I sharing my screen?
Yes, sir.
All right, okay. Okay, so remember that as data analyst, what's our role as data analyst? What's our role as data analyst?
I think our role as data analysts is for us to be able to collect, organize, analyze data such that we can make informed decisions, or so that those information can guide our decisions appropriately.
Great. So basically we do three things. One is to what?
Extract data,
Extract, yes.
analyze data,
Analyze data.
and visualize
And
reports.
the report. Okay. So in extracting, which tool do we use?
You can use Python.
I use R,
To extract.
Power BI.
To extract, the major tool you use is what? To extract data.
I use R, Python.
Python. Most of that even Python you are using an R. The data is coming from somewhere.
Is it from Excel?
You
No.
said SQL.
SQL is the major tool because most data will be in the database. So even when you want to use the Python, you are going to connect your Python in SQL and use SQL script to now connect to the database. It's mostly what? SQL. Okay, so to analyze, what do we use to analyze?
Excel,
We can
Excel,
use
Python.
Arrow, SQL.
Okay, you can also use SQL too, but these are the major ones. Okay, then you visualize it. What tools do you visualize?
Power BI.
Power BI.
Tableau, Python.
Tableau, yeah. Tableau, Python, and R, right? So these are the tools you need to visualize. Okay, good. So all these tools now that we are learning so far, isn't it? So this is what we have covered. We have looked at all these ones, right? Because you are going to see at the end of the day, either we use Excel to connect to SQL, we use Python to connect to SQL, or we use Power BI to connect to the SQL. Okay? So it all depends on what our task is going to be. But ultimately, we all end up in what? Reports. Okay? In building those what? Reports. So Power BI is one of the tools that we use in what? Building the what? Reports. Okay? And remember that the Power BI is a combination of a lot of tools in Excel, the power tools in Excel, okay? Such as your Power Pivot, okay? Your Power Pivot, right? And remember the Power Pivot, what language does Power Pivot use? What language does Power Pivot, what does it use? Your Power Pivot, which language does it use? Yes? Your Power Pivot, which language does it use?
DAX.
We use what? DAX, yes, we use what? DAX. Then we look at Power Query. Which language does Power Query use? Power Query uses what? M. Can you see that? And we now have this our canvas, isn't it? So it is this combination of these tools that gave rise to what? The Power BI, right? And this was at what year was Power BI? What year did we have Power BI?
2016.
16? I think like 2015.
2015.
Most
Okay.
likely 2015. But what we notice is that from that 2015 to date, right? Power BI is being updated every month. Every month. So that's why we suggest that whenever you want to install it from the Microsoft Store. Okay. Otherwise, you will have to go, like my own case is always like me, the last time I did my own was like me or March sometime. So that means I have to be downloading it every month to start with getting the latest version. If your own is not, command is always giving me errors. Okay. All right. So once you are done with that, the next thing we need to do, is to see that, oh, while building your while working with your Power BI, there are basic things we need to learn. So one of them is how to what? Import data. Okay, import data. What again?
Clean data.
Clean data. Yes. What again?
Analyze
Analyze data.
Yes, analyze data.
visualize data.
Visualize data.
Measure the data.
And what?
Okay. Measures or something like that.
Measures, you know, build measures. And what do we use to build the measures?
Use Power BI DAX.
We use what? DAX, right?
DAX.
Yes, DAX. We use DAX to build it. Good. So far we have seen how to import data, isn't it? So how do we import data?
Depends on where we're importing from. If from Excel, we just click import from Excel.
Exactly. We need to be clear whether it's an Excel file or what it's CSV file, isn't it? So most of the files you have been working with what? Excel, isn't it? So we have been import, so we learn how to import. That is an Excel file, a CSV file. It can be from an SQL database, right? It can be from the web. So we have different places to import what data, okay? And most time when we get this data is never cleaned, okay? So we now need to what? Clean and transform the data. And then we are going to use what? Power what? Query. Okay, once you clean the data and transform the data, the next you need to learn how to do is to build what? Your data models. Build data what? Models. Okay, build data models. Then once we have learned how to build data models, then we also need to learn how to build what? Measures, yeah, which is our DAX. And these our measures can either be a what? It can either be what? Either we are calculating a column, so it can be a calculated column, it can be a calculated table. So that what we basically use the DAX for, or a proper what? Measure. Okay. So that DAX we used to do calculated column, calculated table, or what? Measures. Okay. Then once you have done that, then you now want to visualize. And this is what we have learned so far, isn't it? So we learned how to what? Visualize, isn't it? Just build your report quickly, as long as there's no what problem. I think that's what we have done now.
Yes.
So now let's look at how we are going to what? Clean data. But I've shown you how to edit the data, right? In terms of, for example, okay, you said we use that. Which table do we use? Which data do we use?
Data we used
one there was customer.
Customer. Okay, was inside this Excel workbook, right?
Yes.
Okay. Let me try to share. Most of us, do we have this thing on the? Do we have what they call it? Do we have what they call this thing now? WinZip or WinRAR? Do we know how to unzip a file?
Yes, sir.
You know how to unzip a file. Okay, I want
Yes,
to
sir.
send
With WinZip.
WinZip exactly. So let me
Please,
send you one.
teachers.
Unless we don't have.
But okay, let me try and share a file for you guys. Data transformation. So there's a file I'm sending on the chat now called data transformation. So once we have seen it, what somebody can help us do, somebody can help us unzip it. Okay, let me first send one as this, the one that we'll use class. Let's go to data transformation. Okay, data cleaning. So I'll send data cleaning, then I'll send superstore. They are both part of it, right? They are both part of the folder, but I've extracted them for you. So, but you see, there are two other folders. You see, folder 1 and extra 1. Those two folders, try and just download it and keep it, so that when we get to automation part, you understand why we need that data. Okay, just imagine you are doing a report every week, right? Every week. So instead of me building that report every week, what I'll do, once I do the report once, the next thing I'm going to do is just to copy the file into that folder, and my report will be quickly updated. Okay. So once we have that file, please try and unzip it. So just try and unzip it. Have you seen the file now?
Yes, sir. We've seen the file, but downloading it from the chart is not coming out in a way it can be unzipped. I think unless if someone can drop it in the WhatsApp chat.
I think you can download now.
Okay,
Yes,
just try. Okay, I've sent one file, data cleaning. Have you seen that file, data cleaning?
Yes, it downloads.
Yes, it's on its own. It's not in a zip. Okay, let me check.
Yeah.
Maybe this data transformation will be in a zip format. Let me see.
What I've
Yeah,
seen
it
is super.
will be zipped, right? It will be zipped.
Please, I can't see any link in the chat room. Was it dropped in the chat room?
Yes, on the chat room, yes.
Nothing is, I can't see any file here also. Adekunle says you can't see any file. I can't also see any file.
There's one data cleaning.
About
There's one
three
superstore,
files.
and
And
there's
there
one
is
data
3.
transformation.
Yes.
Data
It's not in,
transformation.
it's not in the chat room. To everyone, I can't see
So
anything.
it's to
Yes,
everyone.
It's
It's to everyone.
It's on the chat box, the Zoom chat box.
Yes,
Okay.
I'm on the Zoom chat box. It's not there. I can't
Okay,
see anything.
Osuji has
Can
received
you drop
the
it
data
again,
cleaning
sir?
now.
Maybe for those that just joined, I don't know.
Osuji has dropped it. I have dropped
And
another one again.
Dr. Francis has also
I didn't
dropped it
just
again.
join.
The enemies are at work.
I didn't just join. I've been here from.
Yeah, did you just
Okay.
join? Okay, let
Okay,
me.
I can't see anything in the chat
How's
box.
the data cleaning?
You
I
said?
can't see anything.
How's the data cleaning, sir? That will.
Yes, I think that's what we want to start with today.
I just dropped it on the WhatsApp group.
Can we
You
all
can see
see it
it.
now?
I just dropped it on the
Or check the
WhatsApp.
WhatsApp.
Okay, so do we have it now? But you have the previous one we have used before, right?
And someone dropped the data transformation in the WhatsApp group.
Good. All right. Okay. Has it been shared now?
Yeah.
All right, great. So let's start. So this is what we have done before, right? We go to get data, workbook, right? Select, for example, okay, let's say Superstore. Well, where was the one I used that day? Okay, the basic Excel workbook, open. Okay. So you have a lot of Excel files, isn't it? So remember, we said that even when we see the Excel file, this one on blue reply. What does this one? This one on blue is for what? The one on blue is what?
Table.
It's a table, an Excel table. Why this one is what? This is what?
The charts.
This Excel sheet. These are sheets, Excel sheet. This is an Excel table. Okay, so we have an Excel sheet, we have an Excel table. So we usually best practice take an Excel what table, okay? Most often than not, your data will never be clean. So most time you have to go and transform it. But for now, let's just load it straight. If your data, you are sure, 100% sure your data is clean. Okay, if you are sure your data is what? Clean. Somebody still saying they don't have data. Okay, so if you don't have the data, what you can do, kindly drop your email. Can somebody help send via email? Can somebody help drop via email?
Yes, if you can drop your email, that would be faster for me too.
Yes. So for those who can see that on the chat box, on the Zoom chat or WhatsApp group, I don't know. You can drop your email so they can quickly send that to you. All right, shall we set? Great. So once we have got our data, remember on your Power BI, you have 3 sections. This is the report section, where you have a report section, where you view your visuals. This is where you have the data, right? Like your Excel. This is where you have the data. And this is where you build your what? Data model. This is where you build your what? Data model. Okay, so let's go. So what we can do, we just drag. Remember, before you even start this, your dragging and dropping, you must first of all have your questions that will guide you what you are trying to analyze. Okay, so remember, this is your x-axis, this is your y-axis. What's on the x-axis? What's on the x-axis? What contains on the x-axis?
Independent variable.
Eh?
Independent variable.
The what?
Independent variable.
Oh, independent variable. Hey.
What's the other name? I'm forgetting the other name.
Please, can you use a simpler word for us to understand?
That's what I'm looking for.
Why is where you have the value.
Hey, your qualitative. Remember,
Then
qualitative.
quantitative
Yes,
is
qualitative.
Why
Yes,
this will be your quantitative?
quantitative. Yes.
Quantitative, right? All right, good. So that means if I have category, that means here will be my what? Category. So if I'm dealing with, let's say, sales or profits, I'll drag profits here, right? So why on my y-axis, this will be what? Profits. Okay. Such that when I plot the charts, I'll be having something like this. Can you see that? So I will have my what? Let's say this is my furniture. This is my office supplies. And let's say this is my technology. Okay, so I'll have the values here, have the value here, have the value here. Okay, so which means if I want to switch it, I will have to put my what? Chart on. So that's the chart I'll have there. And so I can just switch it to any of the charts I want. So if you notice how the charts are, you see how they are arranged, right? This first one has to do with everything about either bar chart or column charts. Have you noticed that? This one, especially when you're dealing with what? Cross-sectional data. So when you're trying to compare. Now this one, line chart, when you are dealing with what time series data. Remember, we said that when you are plotting your charts, right, it depends on what you are trying to do. Basically, we'll break them into 4. Either you are comparing, right? You are looking for relationships. Okay. You are trying to do a composition, right? Or you are doing a distribution. These are basically the 4 things that we do. By the way, I hope we have that book called Storytelling with Data.
We do.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
We do,
Yes,
isn't
we
it?
Yes, we do.
Storytelling with data, exactly. Have we tried to read it? Have we tried to read? You know, she has released another book. I think that will be coming out this August. But she has a new book now. Still on storytelling too. Okay. But basically, these are just the basic rules when selecting your what data. Am I comparing? Am I looking for a relationship? Am I finding a composition? Am I doing what a distribution? Okay. So if you notice, most of these has to do with what comparing across. For most cross-sectional data, you use this one. For most time series, you are comparing over time. Can you see that? You will use this. Okay. This one has to do with composition. Composition. So either we have pie chart, tree maps. But this one here, this particular one, is your what? This is called what? Scatter chart. And this has to do with what? Relationship. Okay, relationship. This one has to do with your maps. Your map. These are like cards. These are your cards too. This one when you are presenting like single values. Okay. This one is like your KPI. You know how you have KPIs? This is your slicer. These are tables. Then this one you are connecting to R and Python scripts. Okay. So we are going to go through most of them, but these are the major ones that we will see. But take note, in your Power BI, right? Everything you have here, do you know you have most of them in Excel? You know,
Yes,
you have
sir.
most of them in Excel, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
But they will keep updating and updating and updating the charts. All right. Okay, great. So what we have shown you so far is that when you are doing your analysis, sometimes people do it on paper, right? You first of all draw it on how they want the chart to look like, isn't it? And you see, as data analysts, most time you work as a team, okay? And you have what they call stakeholder engagement. Stakeholder. Remember that most time this report you are doing, it's not for you, it's for somebody else, isn't it? So they must have an input on what they want to see. Okay, what do they want to see? How do they want to see it? So it is these things that will now guide you while you are building your reports. Okay, because if you just go straight, that means you just be doing trial and error to get whatever looks nice. Okay, so what we simply do, we just drag, isn't it? Then now, since I am comparing, right, across the furniture, so which chart will be better? Is it line chart? Will line chart make sense? Will line chart make sense?
No.
No.
Line chart is for time series.
Time series, isn't it? So rather, what can we use for this?
Bar charts.
Either I can use a bar chart.
Yes, sir.
Bar chart, column chart. Sometimes if you want it in terms of donut chart, you can also put it in form of donut charts. Okay. But again, you see, when you are presenting, right? When you are presenting this, for example, you see that for your charts here, right? You don't have the values here, isn't it? The values are not showing. The values are not showing. Now, if I come here, can you see this one? Format your visual. Can you see format your visual? Build visual. The next one is format visual. Can you see that? Format visual. Can you see that now? So I can come here, data labels on. Can you see it's on now?
Yes.
If you don't want it, then you put it off. So most times it's advisable you always put it on so that we can understand what the numbers are saying. Okay. Can you see inside ends? You can put it inside. You can put them outside. Can you see that? So it all depends on how you want it. So auto, you feel it the way it likes. Can you see your values? If you want to increase the size. So at this point, this is where you are going to be doing all your formatting, right? Then here, this is where you do your analytics. For example, if you're doing like
Dr. Francis.
Yes.
So I'm sorry, before we leave this labeling of bars.
Yes.
Now that we label the bars, definitely we don't need the Y, you see the Y axis again, that axis above sales, that's all 0.0, 0.2, 0.4, So how do we remove
it? Here. Okay, these ones.
Yes, sir.
Okay, these ones, those are for your axis. Okay.
So how do we remove it, sir?
So this is which axis is this one?
X-axis.
That's X-axis.
So I will go to X-axis now, right? Values, or if I say title, do I need title? I don't need title there. Values. Let's see. Values. You see it somewhere.
I think you just passed something values just now.
Values below, sir. Look at it.
Values. Okay.
Yeah, you just passed it.
Below. Here.
Here, right?
No, go up a bit.
Move up a bit.
Around there, yes.
So this values here is just to increase. So this is to increase, but I want to remove it. I think that's what you are saying now, to remove all these.
Yes, sir.
So you see, most of them is mostly editing. No? Let me see. It's mostly editing. So let me come there. Did I put legends? No legends. Axis old. Has it gone?
Yes, sir.
Off. Can you see that?
Okay, sir.
Have you seen it? So if you want it on, off. Can you see that? So, but everything that has to do with editing of your charts, everything will be here. Okay, so that's what you just need to understand. So if anything I want to label, I want to do anything, I will just come here to what? So format your charts. Okay, so I'll format everything I will need there. So grid lines, remember I always say remove grid lines, isn't it? So this is where you remove your grid lines. Okay, if you have bars, data label, so everything will be there. Even if you want to put pictures, you can also put picture. You can also put a picture there. Okay. You can see that we have something at the background showing, isn't it? So if you want to put picture, you can put picture there. So we'll keep editing them, but that's fine. So that's basically where you would edit your charts. Okay. So do we all have the data now?
Yeah.
Do we all have the data now? All right, great.
Yes.
Okay, good. So if we see the chart like this, right? So we have our charts like this. So sometimes maybe we want to get the composition of this. Maybe I want to see it by region. Oh, sorry, I want to see it by category. I can now drag category to what? Legends. Can you see that? It will now format it for me. Either this way, but if I want it like a stack, I can put it this way, or if I want it like this also, I can also. Do we see that? But if you still want again to break it down, if you still want to break it down into, let's say, by segment, so I can take segment to multiple charts, small multiples. Can you see that to break it down into smaller parts? So this is another way of also plotting charts, okay? But for now, charting will not be our own concern right now, because most of these charts we can easily do this and learn it, and we'll keep learning till we build elegant reports. Okay. So now, what I want us to go into is how do we clean data? How do we clean data? So how do we clean what data? Let me try and open that Excel file. How do we clean data? So let me try and share my screen. So everybody, you all have that data now called data cleaning. Do we all have it now?
Yes.
Data cleaning. Now, where's my data cleaning? Okay, let me go back there. Data cleaning. Okay, good. So look at it. Am I sharing my screen?
Yes, sir.
Not yet. I can't see
Yes,
it
sir.
yet.
You can see it now.
Okay, I can see it now.
Okay, you can see it now. So can we see it? The data now. So how do you move from this to something like a dashboard like this? Can you see that? So we're trying to see how we can move from this
Raw data
to this. Okay. And we're going to see situations where that I'm sure whenever I'm teaching Excel, I always give you the rules on what you do. You know that basically you work with 3 sheets. What are those 3 sheets?
Data analysis and
Data analysis and report sheet.
Report sheet, isn't it good? So for working with your data sheet, there are certain rules we give, isn't it? What are those rules?
No empty rules or
empty rules. Do we have empty rules here?
yes.
Do we have empty rules here?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, what again?
Date must be on a single column.
Is date on a single column here?
No.
Okay, what again? What again?
No.
One row of header.
One row of header. Do we have one row of header here?
No.
Yes.
No, we don't. There's an A in column A1.
So which one is our header now?
Yes, we do. That's 2.
Row 2, isn't it?
Yes, I wrote 2.
Yes, A. 1 to has A.
Okay, row 1 has A, okay. So what's that A there for? What's A there for?
I don't know.
To confuse us.
What again?
No margin of sales.
Not total or subtotal.
Didn't mention anything here.
Sorry, Dr. Francis, are we just cleaning the data first before we use it?
How can you use it?
And no, that's what I'm asking.
Yes, that's what I want to show you how to clean
Okay.
it now.
Okay.
How to clean it. We mentioned what again? We said no total. Do we have totals here?
Yes, we do.
Yes, we have
total.
total.
We have total. Okay. What again? So almost everything that can be wrong with data, we can see it here, isn't it? And a lot of missing spaces here, isn't it? Good.
Yeah.
And this is what, and do you know that it can even be worse than this? Can you imagine data that will still be worse than this?
Merge cells.
Merge cells. Was there anything here? Was there anything merged here? I'm not sure they merged anything here, but that's fine. Okay, good. So now let's see how we can clean up this data. Is that okay? Or can you work with this data like this?
No.
Yeah, is there no shortcut to just clean
Okay,
it?
so
Yeah.
Dr. Francis,
Yes.
please, I have a question. So
All
from
right,
these
yes.
rules, now it means that when I'm generating like my sales data now, that means
Yes.
there's no total, it should just be like every day I'm just adding.
Yeah,
There's not going to
exactly.
be total.
That's all. That's the
So if I
data
want to
sheet.
see my totals, that means I have to do a different thing
That's
for the
analysis.
totals.
That's analysis. Yes.
Okay, that's analysis.
Yes.
Wow. Okay. Thank you.
All right. Somebody said, was there any shortcut?
I just said like this data cleaning. Is there any shortcut?
Yeah, you can prove right now that the human being is keeping this data we have to.
There was, you taught us before, but I've forgotten.
There's no shortcut because why there's no shortcut? Because it is people that will do this for you. You get these people that will do it like because remember that you are working as a team, right? Most time in your organizations, if you guys are not seeing yourself as working for the goal of the organization. That means one department will do whatever they like, another department will do whatever they like, another department will do whatever they like, isn't it? And sometimes the inputs, we need the output of one data is the input for another data and for another department. Okay, so they say go and get data from the field. They can't get data from the field like this now and give it to you. Whatever you want to do, that's your business. But remember, management needs to be to know how well we are performing. And remember that your performance is driven by what? One, the data that is available, isn't it? Ability to use that data, right? The capacity to use that information, and also what? Taking decisions on what time. So that is why it's very critical that from the top down, we must what? Drive that data culture. It is everybody's responsibility. Okay, it's everybody's what? Responsibility. Whether you're in the HR department, whether you're the manager there, it is your responsibility to ensure that everybody's data was driven. Okay, that you understand that every data we keep is going to be analyzed sometime in what? The future. So keep the data ready for what? Analysis. As long as you don't have that mindset, just forget it. Any problem you see, just take it. And that's why I say anything you learn, try to teach others. Because if you say you don't have time to teach them, the time you have been doing your job, you know what you are going to be? You are going to be doing their job. Because if they have kept this data ready for analysis, you should not be cleaning now, isn't it? There are some cleaning that can take you 1 hour. There are some cleaning that can take you 1 week. There are some cleaning that can take you 1 month. So you don't even know where the problem is starting from. Okay, so that's why it still goes down to what? The people. So you see, people culture is also very important. The people, how you manage them to understand where you are going to. All right, good. So let's start cleaning. So let's go to Power BI now. Or has anybody seen any data worse than this? Have we seen any data worse than this?
I think that data they gave us for DA exam, I don't know, it looks like it's worse than this. Because the cleaning took time.
Okay, the cleaning took time. Okay.
Yes, I'm dealing with one now.
Oh, you're dealing with one now. Okay, so
Yeah.
let's.
But it wasn't worse than this, so that one at least had title.
Okay, that one had title. Okay, all right. Okay, so let's go now. So at least we understand what the problem is and where we are going to now, right?
Yes.
All right, great. Okay, now is this an Excel file? Is it an Excel file?
Yes.
So it's an Excel file. Just say import from Excel. Okay. What was the data cleaning, right? Data, is it cleaning? What do I call it? Okay, let me go to data transformation, data cleaning. Okay, good. So once I'm connecting this, you see, once I come here now, data cleaning, is it not? Data cleaning. So this is it, right? So I'll go to where? Transform data. Are you there? You select, make sure if you put it like this, you may not always see the data. If you have to select that, is this data I want to see. Otherwise, your load or this will be grayed out. Okay, so that's why you must always select it. But you know, sometimes you know what they try to do for you. They not try to what they help you suggest. So please, is it this one you want to see? Because this one they try to put it for you inside table. Can you see the difference? They try to put it for you inside table, but this one they just put it inside the sheet for you that way. All right. So let's continue with this one first, so that we understand how it works. So next thing we don't say is what? Transform what? Data. Okay. So everybody, are we here now?
Yes.
Are we here? So
Yes,
go to
yes.
what? Transform data. Transform data. Transform data platform. Okay, so let's go. What is going to guide you in cleaning the data, right? Because you need to understand the structure of how it should look. And remember, the first rule is that we said that every table must have what? A row of header. Does this table have a row of header?
No.
No, isn't it? So this is row 1. These are all rows. Why these are your headings? So you have column, you have A.
Dr.
column.
Francis, where are you
can't see
now,
that.
please? I
You
can't
can't-
see what you are
You
doing.
can't see anything on your screen, though.
Okay, so that means my Power Query screen is not showing. So let me open back. Is this? Can you see
Dr.
this?
Francis, please, I'm having issues. The last time we practiced, so I have a dashboard. So I don't know how to go to the new screen and bring something new and extract this data.
File new.
Eh?
You just go to File New now. File New. In fact,
Eh,
you
but it's looking different.
okay, hold on. You know what to do? Just make sure you save that your work first, right? Have you saved it?
Okay. No.
Well, just go to your file and save now. That's your file, save.
Okay.
So once you go to your file, save it first. Just save.
Okay.
Once you have saved it, just close your Power BI and start again so that I don't mix things up.
Okay.
Do you get? Because once you keep adding, the Power BI will be adding all the data in one place for you. So just close it and open a new one.
Okay.
I think that will be easier for you. Once you get used to it, then you understand how it works. But for now, just every time you want to just open the new one so that we don't have issues.
Okay.
All right. Good.
Yeah.
Is my Power Query screen showing now? Is this my
Yes.
Power Query screen? What are you seeing here? What are you reading here?
Yes, sir. Power Query editor.
All right, beautiful. So we have the data here, right? See? So we notice here, all these are the rules. Now, isn't it? Rules. Why this is my headings? And we say every table must have one row of header. So where's my header? Where's my headings? They are in row 1, isn't it? So I want to move my from row 1 to what? Make them with headers. Is that okay?
Okay.
Clear? So what I will do, I'll come to my home tab. Can you see on your home tab? Can you see your home tab?
Yes.
Can we see something say use? Can you see transform?
Yes.
Can you see something say use first row as headers? Can you see that?
Yes.
Use first row as headers. Can you see that?
Yes.
So I'm going to what? Click on that. So what have I done? I have promoted the headers from row 1 to make it what? A header. Clear?
It's so done, sir.
Some people will not do it. So some people will not do it. So I will do it again. I will do it again. I will do it again.
Better, please. Thank you.
You will see it here, right? You can see what we have here. I will just come to my home tab and click here. Use first row as headers. Use first
You
row.
didn't need to highlight it.
I did not highlight anything. I
Okay.
did not highlight anything. I just say use first row as headers. If, for example, this table, this one was supposed to be a row, I will still come down here and say, can you see that? Use header as first row. Can you see that? You come back, take it back. Can you see that? But if I want to take it up, I will say use first row as headers. Use first row as headers. Now you will notice something here. Can you see something like equal to table transform column type? Can you see all these things?
Yeah.
Can we see all this? All these are, this is what they refer to as what? The M language. This is referred to as what? The M language.
M language.
M language. But you don't have to learn it. And that thing again we must understand is that this is not proper Excel. So there's nothing like Control Z. You cannot undo. Like I'll press Control Z. So instead, everything that is happening here is going to be written here. They will say apply steps. Can you see that here? Applied steps. Which means if I've made any mistake, instead of me pressing Control Z, I'll come here and delete them. Can you see that? I'll delete them. You'll be taking me back to the last. So you now check, is this where I am? Is this where I want to be? Okay, this is where I was last. Can you see? Do you understand it now? So in case you have made a mistake.
So you can delete 2 actions before.
Yeah, yes, you can do
not
that.
Not necessarily in the order.
Not necessarily the order, exactly. If, for example, I want to add something here now, tell me, are you sure you want to do it here? If you say yes, say I want you. So anything you see, you take it. All right. So this is what they call the applied steps. So it's step by step. So as you are doing whatever code is doing here, just summarize it for you and here say these are your steps that you have taken. Do I want to delete it? So there's nothing like Ctrl Z. Is that clear?
Yeah, it is.
Yes,
Is that
sir.
clear? All right, great. So let's start. So here, the first thing we want to do is to what? Apply, it promotes first row as headers, isn't it? So what do I do? Use first row as headers. Clear? Are we clear with that?
Yes, I am clear with it.
Has it worked for everybody now?
Yes.
Worked? Okay, good. Now we have promoted headers. So now we have seen one row of header. All right. Now the next thing we'll ask, if you look at our rules, right? We said every table must have one row of header. Okay. We said another thing is that there should be no empty rows. Do we have empty rows here?
Yes, we do.
We have empty rows here.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah.
So for example, if you're in Excel, what you have done? How we have removed empty rows in Excel?
Filter.
Little.
We filter it out.
Your filter. What else?
We can
Select all the empty rows and delete.
How do you select all the empty
How can
rows?
you select?
can go to blanks and delete
What
blanks.
shortcut to do that?
Control G.
Control
then
G, you know, then select blanks. You select all the empty rows, right? Okay, so that's what we would have done in Excel. Okay, good. So at least we understand that. So what we can do here, on my home tab, can you see remove rows?
Yes.
So let's say, for example, can you see remove top row? So if I say remove top row, how many rows do we want to remove on top?
Just one.
Just one. This one does not mean the first row. Just one. I just want to remove one row from the top. So I click OK. Now we see that.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Has it worked?
Yes, sir.
Has it worked?
Yes, it has worked.
It has worked. But you see the problem, just like in Excel, you have different ways of doing the same thing. You have different ways of doing the same thing. You have different ways of doing the same thing. Now, for example, this one here, you see it is not top row, it is not top anything, right? Because if I'm going to say remove top 15 rows, it will wipe out everything here. It will wipe out everything here. Okay? So that's why, just like in Excel, we have different ways of doing the same thing. We have different ways of doing the same thing. Okay? So here, let me remove this step again. Let me remove this step again. So we are back here. Somebody suggested we can what? Filter, isn't it? I'll come to the filter. I'll come and filter it here and say no, and click OK. Can you see that? But what you must be careful about is that, you see, we said remove all blank rows. But for example, if you look at null here, this null here, is it blank? Is it a blank row?
No.
No,
No, not completely.
In some of the cells.
Because if I go and decide to do it here, it's a different outcome.
Yeah.
Do you understand? It's a different outcome. That means in this case, you have lost some data. So you have to be careful at what point you are removing it. So when you see, because we say that every table must have a unique identifier, isn't it? So any place on that unique identifier, there is no data there. That means that row will most likely be an empty row. Right? So I'll come here and say, I'll check no and say, okay. Clear?
Okay.
Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Can we do it once more, sir?
Yes, yes.
I'm in class. Yeah.
Just like your Excel now, your
I'm in
filter.
class. I'm hotspotting on this phone. You guys should start cooking now.
So
I'm
I'll not check
hotspotting on this phone. Make jollof rice.
Vera, you are give me rice.
Jollof rice.
I'll bring it. I'll bring it for everybody virtually.
Mute your mic. I'm not giving us
With
the
cold
jollof rice
stewed
now.
cook.
No. I want fresh juice, please.
Okay, thank you. All right. So just like Excel, you click the filter button, isn't it? And uncheck no. Can you see that? Uncheck, just like a filter button, uncheck no and click OK. And everything is gone. Clear?
Excuse me, Dr. Francis. I didn't get the explanation about the using the customer name. That we click no there to give us a different
Okay,
thing.
look at this, for example. Okay, customer name here, right? So you see here,
Yes.
do we notice we have data here?
Yes, okay.
You notice we have data here. So which means if I go to this column and say remove no, we are going to lose some data.
Okay.
You get?
Yes.
Because that was not empty row, it was just missing data.
Oh, okay.
You get? So you must differentiate between an empty row and missing.
Okay. All right.
Empty row means the whole row completely was empty. Missing data means some parts we have data, some parts no data. So that's missing data. Okay. So what we are talking about is what empty rows.
Okay.
Okay. So another way of doing the same thing is that if I come to my remove rows, can we see remove blank rows? Can we see that?
Yes.
Remove blank rows. Can you see that? So I'll remove that.
Okay.
Can we see it? So which one is better for us to use?
I think the remove blank rows is better.
I prefer the unique identifier.
Yes, using the table identifier.
Yes. Or you can come here, just say filter. Exactly.
Yeah, I prefer that.
Isn't it? All right, great. So no empty rows. What about columns?
But I am thinking that the filter does not change the data set, and those empty rows are of no use from today to tomorrow. So why would filtering be a better option than to remove them?
Okay, you know one thing then. Take notes. Anything you do in Power Query does not affect your original data. Okay?
Yeah.
But anything you do in your original data will affect your Power Query. The data here. So understand that. So what we are saying that yes, either way, some method will be more efficient than the other method. Okay, so while I'm just showing you this, you will see where you can apply it. So now I'm just showing you the different ways of doing it. Yes, you can remove that. You can remove empty rows. You can filter it here. Okay, they will give you the same thing, but you will now see where one method will be more efficient than the other method. Okay, we're coming down. Let's look at columns. Let's come to columns now. So one row of header, no empty rows, no empty columns. So do we have empty columns here? Do we have empty columns here?
Yes, I think I saw.
We have empty columns, isn't it? Good.
Yeah.
So just like in the Excel. Hello. Okay, just like in the Excel, I can just right click and say remove. Can you see that? Remove. Have you seen it? I'll just right click and say what? Remove. Can we see that? Remove. But you see, where we have more than one column, what can we do? If I hold, how do we select columns in Excel?
Hold okay. And click on this.
Hold what?
Shift. Control. Or you can use shift.
Shift and select.
Now, if I am holding control means I can select individual columns, isn't it?
Yes.
But shift means if I hold shift button, I can select the last.
Go to the last one.
You get. So in that case, I can hold. So in that way, if I just want to select 9 and 11, I'll just hold. I'll click on that whole control button. And, can you see that? But if I want to select from 9 to 12, what do I do? I'll click on column 9, hold my shift button and click on column 12. Right click and what? Remove. Clear? Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
All right. Do we still have any empty columns? Okay, we still have. Now, do we remember when we mentioned in the rule, there should be no obstructions around the data? Do you remember that rule?
Yes.
Now, please, these 2 and 4, what is it for? These 2 and 4. Why is it here?
It depends on what the header is.
Is there any header there?
No.
No header.
No header. But except there are other, if we have details down, data for the other, maybe to be important, but if not.
There's nothing there.
Mm.
Which means if I have just typed anything in Excel, it's going to import it along with it.
Yes.
Yes.
Do you get that? So that's why I say rather put it as a comment than putting it in this sheet. Can we see why we should not have any obstructions around the data? This is what we mean. Is that clear?
Yes.
Good. So in that case, this 2 and 4 has no word use here.
Okay.
Is that not it? Okay, good. So which means if I want to remove all these columns, so how do I remove all these columns now? How do I remove it?
Okay, just yeah. Shift and go to
and select the last
28
and remove columns. Is our table taking shape now?
Yes.
Yes.
Is it taking shape now? Good. Is this clear now how to remove columns?
Yeah.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes, sir.
Please, what was your excuse for removing the 2 and 4 together with the columns?
That the numbers they had no any meaning there. If you check the original Excel file, there are just numbers there, but it didn't make any sense there.
Okay. So it's left to our discretion to know which one has.
Yeah, exactly. I would say when we are collecting the data, right? Your understanding of the data will also help you know what to click, whether it's relevant or not.
Yes, exactly.
Right, good. Okay, good. So I've shown you how to remove it this way, but let me show you another method, another way of removing it. What we can do, you see these columns here we have, right? So what we have done here, we'll click here, isn't it? Hold shift button and select. We'll click here, hold shift button and click up to this point, right? Click and say remove columns. This is what we have done, right?
Yes.
Now, another way of doing it, I'll come here on my transform, or still on my home tab. Let me see my home tab. Can you see choose columns?
Split columns.
Yes.
Choose columns. Can you see choose columns?
Yes.
Yes.
I'll come to choose columns. Now you see all my columns now. I can uncheck them, the ones I don't want. I don't need 9, I don't need 10, I don't need 11, I don't need 12. I don't need this 25, I don't need this, I don't need this, I don't need this. Can we see that?
Okay.
Yes.
The ones you don't need. Okay.
Yes. You can take them out. So which method do you prefer?
Prefer the formal one.
I prefer the formal because this one you have to start looking at the header.
Yes. I
Exactly.
prefer choose column so that I'll just do it at once and move on.
So again, the same way of doing the same thing, but you just know when to use what. So our table, is it looking better?
Yes.
All right, now good. Now let's come back here. These names now. Now this missing data. Now what can we do with this missing data? Do we remove it? What can we do with that missing data there?
Can we be able to select all the blank cells? like the way we do it in Excel.
They do what? They do what? Then what do we do?
We delete.
You delete. Wonderful. Delete.
I don't think we should. I don't think it's of to be of concern. I think it's just that the persons, when at the data collection point, either these were missed or the customer names were missed, or there's some other problem.
Yes.
So maybe
So best bet, what you do, go back to the source and go and look for it, isn't it?
Yes.
Now, but situation where you cannot see it, but try to understand what the situation is. Let's look at this, for example. This customer name, who is this person? We don't know, Abi?
No.
We don't know. Okay, let's look at it. Look at customer ID. Who is this person?
Okay, it's the same
Claire.
ID.
Who is this person?
The same
person. Yes.
Who is this person?
We don't know.
Oh,
They're like
registration.
duplicates.
Who is this person?
The same customer ID.
Beautiful. So you see, sometimes you need to look at the data, study the data to understand it. Can we see it? Okay, now we understand that actually this is the same person, most likely, right? Because these two are the same person. Sometimes what they do, they can just page that cell as one. But you see, when it comes to Power Query may not see that way. Okay, so you may separate them. So it all depends. So you need to also understand how the data is. So which means that this customer name will be in this segment, will be in this same state, will be in the same region, isn't it? And most likely buy the same category or different category, isn't it? So in that case, what we can do, let me highlight one. So that means this is Claire. So this will be Claire, this will be Hoffman, this will be Tracy, this will be Steve, right? This will be Powers, this will be Joel, right? So you understand the pattern, right?
Yes.
So what we can do, come to your transform, come to transform. Okay, by the way, if you're in Excel, how you have done it? If you're in Excel, how you have done it in Excel?
Those VLOOKUP or something.
Sorts.
I can't use that.
Okay, you use VLOOKUP. So if this value is wherever it is, give me this name. Is that it?
Yes, you can use if.
If what?
If
yes. So how you have done it in Excel?
I think a VLOOKUP will work.
Okay, VLOOKUP will work. Okay, that's fine. So that means you must have another table that contains your master or your customers.
Yes.
So we can now say if this value, or you now use VLOOKUP and pick everybody that has this name, isn't it? And you fill it up completely. Well, that's another option, okay? But another way again, if I come to transform in your Excel, do you know where you have fill? Fill. Have you seen fill?
Yes.
Fill series. So you can fill up, fill down. So what do you want to do? You want to fill up or do you want to fill down?
Want to fill down.
You want to fill down. You want to fill down, exactly. So I want to fill down. So let's go there. Transform. Fill down. Can we see it? Fill down. Look at it again. Highlight it. Transform. Fill down. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, it worked.
It worked. Good. Now we have several columns now. Several columns. What I want to do, I'll pick from customer name, hold my shift button. I even have no here, so maybe I'll come to category 2. So I'll select everything up to that point, right? So I'll go to my transform, fill down. And we're done.
Yeah.
And we are done.
Sorry, from which column to which one?
Repeat.
Customer name to category.
Okay.
Because category also has some null. Can you see it has some null values?
Just can you repeat that, please?
Yes, so I'll click on customer name, hold my shift button, up to what category. Can you see that if I right click, I can still have fill up and fill down. So I can say fill down. Most of the one you use actively, if I right click, I'll see them here. Okay, otherwise I'll just come to transform and pick it there. Is this clear?
So what does fill up do?
Fill up is the opposite now. So fill up we take from this one, it will fill it this one. This one to fill this one. So let's look at it.
Okay.
Let's right click and say fill up. Fill up. Can you see that? Fill it upwards. Fill it upwards. So can you see what I've done? Just taking this guy, giving they have scattered everything. This. Clear? Is that clear?
Yes.
All right.
Yes, sir.
Good.
Yes, sir.
Now our data are taking shape now.
Yes, sir.
All right. Okay, good. What did we mention again? We said no
total.
All right, no total. So even that our field, and you see it even picked the last one, but we don't need it. We said no total, is it? So in that case, how do we remove total? How do we remove total now?
Select and delete.
Just select the row and delete.
Zero and delete.
This is not Excel, though. This is not Excel.
Maybe the same filter. On the customer.
Choose the row now and delete.
So
Go to row.
either I can come here and say remove rows. I can say remove what bottom row. Is it not? How many rows do I want to remove?
One.
One. So I'll put one there. Isn't it? And to be gone, right? Alternatively, what other method can we use?
You can pick the
In that
row.
case, can you see where filter now is now more appropriate? You see that? So you can easily just filter everything out that you don't need. So that will be another method again. So no row, no total now. Great. All right, what again is left? What again? What
I think
again?
the dates are not a one row.
Okay, date should be what? All dates should be what on a single column. But before we get to dates, let's look at this. Before we get to this, let's look at this. Now, if you were in Excel, so what's the problem here? What's the problem there?
It's like the format of
The format is different.
The format is different. Remember, what are the data types in Excel? The basic data types in Excel.
Numeric.
Numeric.
Text. Boolean.
Formula and
Boolean.
All right.
Boolean and
So
formula.
how does Excel identify a number?
To the left, to the right.
Right. How does Excel identify a text?
To the left.
To the left.
To the left.
Now look at this one now. What do you see?
To the left. So it's a text.
Identified as a text.
What about this other one?
Number.
And it's aligned to where?
To the right.
So
the
can you
right,
see
the
this?
number.
Can you see this one? This 1, 2, 3 is telling you that what? This is the data type.
It's a number.
Can you see this one?
ABC.
ABC 1, 2, 3. That is looking at it as a text. So if I click on it, I will see the different data types. These are what for numbers. This is for what? Dates. You know, this is for text. This is for Boolean. Can we see that?
No.
Okay, good. So in that case, if I say let me change it to whole numbers, if I change to whole numbers, wow. Say please, oh, I don't know what you are saying there. Okay, I don't know what you are saying there. So it's not going to work that way. So what other way can we do it? So if you're in Excel, how we have done this in Excel?
Can't it be seen at
We
numbers?
go to
There's no way we
custom.
can pick it.
Go to custom. Do you have custom here? Okay, in Excel, you have gone to custom here. What do you
Yes.
have?
Then we select number
Okay.
to the whatever decimal that we want.
But this is not an issue of decimal first. And especially when you are working with, maybe you have an ERP system, isn't it? Well, sometimes when you export it, the way Excel will see certain characters, you will not see them as normal characters. You don't put any symbol that was there. So there are kind of issues that you have here. Okay. Great. So what we have done in Excel now?
That's conditional.
You have used what? Conditional what?
Formatting.
So all conditional formatting.
You can use text to columns or what?
Text to column, right? Text to column. So how we use text to column now?
You go to data. And look for
Okay.
text.
Okay. Somebody mentioned text to column. Somebody said custom. Which other way again can we do it? Now, if you remember, when we are working with this data,
Find and replace.
filter it out. How do we filter it out? Okay. Find and replace. Good. Find and replace. So what am I finding? What am I replacing?
You find that the symbol, that's A and replace it
But you see, because I
with
cannot type it, I'll just delete this numbers alone. Isn't it?
Okay.
Because I don't know
Yes.
how to type it. And you have it on your keyboard.
No.
You have it on your keyboard, so you can't type it now. So just delete that.
No, sir.
So what am I replacing with?
With
Nothing.
nothing.
Nothing. So click OK. Has it gone?
Yes, can you do it?
Yeah.
Hey. All right. Find and replace. Is it not? Find and replace. Can you see replace values? Find what? I will delete this number. Replace it with what? Nothing. Click OK.
Okay, it has worked now.
Okay.
But
no
it's
problem.
still seen as a text.
So what do I now do now? I'll
Phone
come
number.
and change it now to what? Whole number.
Send to number.
Is it normal now? Because you must go through all your data and check, do they conform with my data type? Are they conforming with my data type? Do they conform with my data type?
Dr. Francis, please, sorry, the find and replace button, where do I find it?
I did not see find. Replace values. Can you see that? Replace values. Otherwise, if
Okay,
you come
from the
to
filter,
your,
from the first row.
To click on the first cell.
yes,
Okay.
or if you go to your, can you see replace values under your transform? Replace
Okay.
values.
Okay,
you can
yes,
see.
yes.
But what? How do you
Okay.
type it now? Do you have that symbol on your keyboard?
What?
I said, do you have that symbol on your keyboard?
Let me check. No, I'm not sure.
You don't have it now. So if I come here and say,
Don't
okay,
have.
come, find and replace, it now give you blank. I type it now. Let me see how you want to type.
Huh.
You see that you
Okay.
cannot type that. So that's why we now come here and say, okay, if I replace value. So what am I replacing? I'm looking for this symbol. Since I don't have it on my keyboard, I'll use it from here. And say, okay.
Okay.
And now change my data type to O number. Clear?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Are we clear with this?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Take note. This transformation does not affect your Excel file. Your Excel file will still be in the same format it has been. Okay. Now, what's the next thing we need to do?
Is there a way after transforming here?
You
can
said?
take it, is there a way to transform here and then take it back to Excel? It becomes your data.
Actually, Power Query is part of your Excel.
Okay.
Right? But you know where the challenge is? The challenge is, imagine that you are doing a report that is every week. Do you get? You are doing this report every week. Okay. What you want to do is that I will clean it once. And anytime that data comes again, I don't need to clean again. All I'll just do is to refresh. And all these steps will be applied to it. That's the essence of it.
Okay.
Do you get? But you see, the way that data has come, if the person doesn't hear what, that's how the person must always do it. Just the only thing you beg the person, please, you see, as you are doing this nonsense like this, be consistent with this nonsense. Because by the time the person has added another column or removed another column, it will no longer match. So you have to do it all over again. But if they are just adding maybe more data on the rows, but they are still keeping that same structure, there's no problem. You can do Thanksgiving. But the moment they start adding columns or removing columns, that has altered the structure of your table. Clear?
Yes, it is. But can columns be moved?
Sorry, Dr. Francis.
You're not removing it, but you can move it. Maybe.
Yeah, you can move it as long as the same number of columns. That's fine.
All right.
That's fine.
Dr.
Yes,
Francis, I'm not able to. I have done replace values, but the thing refused to replace. So I don't know what I'm doing wrong.
What did he say?
Nothing. It's just still showing me the same thing.
Oh, yeah. Do you want to share your screen?
Okay.
Share your screen.
Okay. So I'm here.
Okay.
Then yeah. Then I come to.
That's why I say don't do that method. Don't use that method. You cannot type now. Just right click on that cell. Just right click on it.
Okay.
That's all. Oh, the enemies are at work.
There's still is there a header? I think what's wrong with your sheet?
The enemies are still at work. Where is your heading?
I don't know. Maybe I've deleted it too.
You didn't do row one.
Okay. Promote header first. Promote header.
See now, promoted
no,
headers.
Not there.
Where?
There. Just go and promote your header. The same way we are.
How do I? What do I do?
Look at it now. Use first row as header now. Use first row as header.
I don't know where. Tell me where to go to. I don't know.
Under transform. Go up. After
transform.
No, ma'am. Still maintain on that your home.
No, your home.
Okay. Here.
Go to transform in your home.
Keep going to
right.
Your
There's
right.
another transform.
Your right. Go to your right. Keep going.
Okay.
After group by. Use, yes. Did you see?
Exactly.
Use okay.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
All right. Go back there and let's see what the problem is.
Okay.
Now you see some versions, right? Keep going. Does anybody have the same problem here? Right click now. Right click. You see I have the same problem. Have you seen it now?
I have seen replace values.
Good.
Replace values.
Exactly. Then okay.
Right?
Yes.
Then okay.
Yep.
Okay. Thank you.
Just hold on 1 second.
Okay.
Delete your steps. Where you get to promote headers, delete your steps.
This one?
Yes, delete it. Delete the next one.
Okay.
Delete this one now.
Okay.
Right click on it again. Let's see. Right click on it again. Right click. Now, did you notice in this case now there was nothing like
replace values?
Replace values.
Yes.
Did we notice that?
Yes.
Now, sometimes when you have this problem, what you do, go to that your type, go to that your data type. Go to that your data type.
Data type. Where is that?
Up now. That way you have the ABC.
Up where you check the rows.
Okay, here.
Where you see the ABC 1, 2, 3. ABC
Yes.
1, 2, 3. Click on ABC 1, 2, 3.
Okay.
Click on ABC 1, 2, 3.
Okay. Yeah.
Yes. Change it to text. Change it to text.
Okay.
Now right click on that now. Right click.
Oh, okay.
Can you see replace values now?
Yes.
So that's another method again. that you can use.
Okay.
So sometimes, just by chance, Vivian's like you have done another miracle, but it's okay. Just replace now. Then you can do it from there. Okay, that's fine. Okay, but go back and do everything you redid again. So just go back, do everything. Promote
Okay.
headers.
Promote headers.
Yes. But go to the end. Let me see. Where are your dates? Go to the end. Let me see your dates. Go move to the end. Okay.
This is my
so
end.
yeah, that's fine. I've seen it. So just promote your headers. That's all. Promote headers and
Okay. Here, right?
yeah. Then check that the data type is now a number.
Okay,
Check
the
that
one
it-
I use. Well, do I know that column again?
Just move to your right now. Move to your right. Move to your
Mhm.
right. Move to your
Okay, okay, all of them.
So
Okay.
that's changed the number
Okay.
now, right? So everything.
Yes, yes.
So we are good to go. All right, great. Good.
Okay.
All right, you can stop sharing now. Good. So I hope we are all following.
Yes, sir.
Are we following?
Yes, sir.
All right, great. So what is the next thing we need to do now? What is the next thing we need to do?
The date.
The dates. Hey, so what do we do with the dates now?
Transpose.
Transpose, right? What does transpose do for you? Transpose. What does transpose do for you? What does transpose do for you?
Your row and your
So
row
what is here? Is it not return to here? Isn't it?
Yes.
Okay. Your row return to what? Column. Is that it?
Yes.
All right. So let us see if that is what will work for us. So we are going to highlight from where now? Where are we highlighting from? From where? 2008. I'll hold my shift button, isn't it?
Yes.
I'll go to the last one. Is it not?
Yes. Okay.
Right click. Can we see? Is
Transform.
there any transpose there? Okay, if there's no transpose here, then let's go to transform. Do we have transpose there?
Yes.
All right, so let us see transpose. Transpose. Is this what we want to see?
Transpose where, please?
Look at it. On your transform. On your transform.
Okay, up. Okay.
Yes, can you see transpose now?
Yes.
Can you see transpose? Oh yeah, click transpose now. Is this what you want to see? Is this how the data should look like?
No.
Is this what you want to achieve?
No.
All right.
It
So what do we
doesn't
do?
feel like those dates are actually years, like year 2008, 2000.
Yeah.
They don't seem to be like dates, are like
Proper dates, right?
yes.
So they are just years, isn't it? 2018, 2017. Okay. But either ways, the point is still that we still have to convert it from like row to column. We want to put everything on a single column. So how do we do that? So we have seen transpose is not the problem because transpose is only moving the title from row to column, but we want to move it with the corresponding dates, the data. So that one is different from what transpose. So if you're in Excel, how will you have done it in Excel? How we have done it?
Formatted the data in the cell.
You
For
convert it to
instance, I'll format it to date. I'll format and select date. Date format.
even if you format it as date format, right? Remember that these are the, so even if I format it now, look at it, even if I format it to date, that's not the issue. We still need to move it from where? From where? From what?
From what to column.
Yes. So we still need to move it from all these columns to a single, want to move all these separate columns to a single column. So in that case, we have seen that this is not an issue of transpose. Okay. So when we have this type of data, for example,
Sorry, Dr. Francis, when you're
Yes.
transposing, doesn't it affect, it's not supposed to affect the whole sheet, like the whole
it's
table,
only you are just only converting the rows to columns. That's all.
for only a selected part?
Yes.
Mhm.
But we want to move it along with it. We need this data to go with it. So that means this data will turn to this data will turn this way. Can you see that? So that means I will have 2014. I will still have these dates here. I will have the next one upside down, the next one upside down, the next one upside down. Is that not it?
Yes.
Yes.
So that's what we are trying. That's what we try to achieve. There's it when we now click on the from 2008 to where?
2019.
2019. Okay. I'll come here, transpose. Have you seen what has happened now?
Yes.
Even though it has moved it that way, but you see, where's the date now?
Where's the date? I can't see the date.
The date will not be there. So this is the problem. So do you understand the problem?
Yes, sir.
So Excel will raise his hand and say, please, oh, this one pass me. Oh. It's not that you cannot do it in Excel, but your phone, you must be very good with Excel functions. Okay, to perform miracle. But this is where Power Query now comes to the rescue. So click from here. So what I want to explain here. So watch. So see how your data is. Look at how your data is. So for example, I have A, B, C. Is it not? A, B, C. Let's say I have 1, 2, 3. I have 4, 5, 6. I have what? 7, 8, 9. So what do I want to do? I want to move in such a way I will have group here. I will have value here. Right? So here we have what? A,
B, C.
Yes, A. So this is what? 1, 2, 3. Isn't it? The other one will be what? B.
Okay.
This is what? 4, 5, 6.
6.
This is going to be what? C. This is what?
7,
8, 9.
Okay.
This is what we want to achieve, is it not? This is what the table is. So what's the name of this table? When we have a table in this structure, what is it called?
Is it pivot table?
It's called what? A pivot table. It's called what? A pivot table. What about this one? This is called what?
Pivot.
Unpivoted table. Unpivoted table. So the process of moving this to this is called what? Unpivoting. Unpivoting. But if we are moving from this point to this point, this is called what? Pivoting. Hence the name pivot table. Clear?
Yes.
So do you understand what you are trying to achieve now?
Yeah.
Clear? Those of us that have been following us, we know how to do this in Python now. Do we know how to do this in Python?
Yes.
Before the war, yes.
Before the war.
Yes.
Yeah, before the war. Right.
That was needed.
All right, so we understand what we are trying to do, is it? Because everything you are doing here, you know, here in Power Query, everything about your Python, you know, you can do everything you are doing, all those data cleaning in Python, you can do it here. That's what you have at this point. When you come to transform, can you see your Python? All those scripts you have been writing in the Python, this way you are going to write it. So you'll be doing your Python cleaning, data cleaning inside Power Query. Because sometimes again, Power Query will get to a point you say, please don't pass me over. But because Python is very flexible, you can do almost everything here. So you can still connect your Python here. All right, let's continue. So we understand what we are trying to achieve, right? So I'll click this first one. I'll pick the last. Okay. So I'll right click. Can we see what they say on pivot columns? Can we see that?
Yes, sir.
On pivot columns. So on pivot columns. Is this what we are trying to achieve now?
Yes. Wow.
What is an attribute? In SQL, what do you say an attribute is?
Column.
It's a column name, isn't it? And what's the name of this column?
Date.
This, that's it now. The here can be revenue or whatever amount. Clear? I'll do it one more time. So I'll select 2008. So where? 2019. Right click. If I don't want to right click, I can come here to transform. Can you see on pivot columns?
Yes, sir.
So I'll say on
Yes,
pivot
sir.
columns. So that's it. So change it to dates, change it to revenue. And we are good. Is
So
this clear?
what if it's your, can we pivot? Transform.
Okay, so in that case, now you want to pivot it.
Yes.
So in this case, it's called what? On pivot, isn't it? So now you want to what? Pivot it. Okay, good. So which means I want to separate this 2008, 2009 with these corresponding values. Do you understand this question?
No.
I don't
Assuming
really understand the last step you took. Why did it change? No, I know the steps you took, but how did it change from 5 up to 5 columns to just 2?
That is what I drew for you now. I drew it for you just now. Where I have A, B, C, and I drew it into 2, the group and the values. So this would have had 1, 2, 3, isn't it? That's exactly what we have done. So even if I have 5 DE, it will still be just 2. I will be having A, B, C, D, E. Either way, it's still just going to be what? 2 columns. Clear?
I think so, yeah.
I think so. All right, good. So this is where you see that Power Query now makes life easy for you in Excel. Okay, so that way when you see your Excel, because your Power Query is part of your Excel. So this is what dates. Okay, good. So now, assuming we want to now go back, isn't it? We want to go back to that other way. So what we can do here, you know, if I right click here, there's nothing like pivot here. You notice that there's nothing like pivot here.
Yes.
I'll click the column I want to pivot. So it is dates I want to pivot, isn't it? So I will go to my transform. Can you see pivot column here? Can you see pivot column here?
Yes.
Yes.
I'll click pivot column. It's not asking me which value do I want to use. Where's the value of the column? What is the value of the column?
Dates.
The value of the column.
the
The
value.
value.
It's the revenue.
So this one is value. No, this is where I wrote value. Okay, so I'll click value there. So I'll click OK. Has it gone back?
Okay.
Has it gone back? Yeah, so I have pivoted. So if I want to pivot, how do I pivot?
Select.
Select, isn't it? You select this, hold shift button. Last one, right click and say what on pivot.
You can also go to transform.
Exactly, transform the revenue. All right, great. So I think our data is clean now. Is our data clean now?
Yes.
Is it clean?
Yes.
If you say
All
so.
right. It's not if I say so, check. Oh.
Sir, if it is looking so clean like this, because
Yeah.
it's definitely a little easier than Excel, I don't know. But if you clean it like this, can you export the data, the clean data to Excel so that you have it?
Can you do that? If I have done it in Excel, yes, I can do it. So let me do the same thing, right? I'll do the same thing in Excel. So watch now. Let me go to Excel. Let me stop sharing. So let me go to Excel. Let me go to Excel. Can we see this?
Yes.
So you can see an empty sheet here, right?
Yes.
Now let me go to Excel. So if I want to get it now, what do I do? I'll go to data. Can you see data here? Can you see get data?
Okay.
From Excel, so workbook. That is where you have your Power Query. Okay, so what did we call it just now?
Data.
Transform data, data cleaning, import. So can you see my screen?
Yes.
What is showing now?
Data cleaning.
Okay, data cleaning. So I'll click on data cleaning. Is this what I want?
Yes.
Yes. So transform data.
So you can transform?
Yeah, transform data.
Yes.
All right. So what's showing now? What is showing now?
The data.
Data cleaning, but the way it was before.
Is it Power Query Editor that is showing now? Still that's
Power Query Editor.
Power Query Editor.
So this same Power Query Editor is there, right?
Yes, Power Query Editor.
All right, good. So you know what to do now, right? So what do we do quickly?
We promote header.
Promote header. I can take out all this minor. Take out my cell.
Unique identifier.
You know, I can go and choose columns. Right.
Remove total.
Yeah, remove 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Can remove 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Another thing. All right. Okay, that's fine. Then from here to.
You can fill this one.
Fill
I
down.
can feel it. I can feel it. Fill down. Good. Any other thing again?
Remove total.
This one again. I can come here, replace values. I hope you understand what I'm doing now. I'm just redoing it, but I just have to be faster now, right? And I have to take it to school number.
And the date.
Pivot the date.
Yes. Right click and go on pivot. This is my date. Let's say this is my revenues. All right, I'm sure we are done now, isn't it? How many seconds did that take us?
In fact, 10. 15.
So close and load now. Close and load. I'm back to Excel. Now, am I in the Excel now?
Yes, sir.
And I'm good to go.
Okay.
Wow.
Then we can start. So from here now, what do I do now? What's the next thing we do?
Name your table.
Name your table. Let's say customers, or let's say customers, right? Then we start analyze. How do you analyze? Go to your pivot table, isn't it? Customers. Then we start. Shape, revenue. And we start now. Is that not how we do it? So this is region by revenue. So let's say total revenues. What shortcut to format put your currency?
Is it Control-4 also?
Control Shift 4, right?
4.
So total. What shortcut to plot your charts?
Control.
Alternate F1.
Alternate F1.
Okay, data analyst. So you understand what we are doing now, isn't it? And so this is what we have gone from now. We have done it in the Excel, we have done it in Power BI. You see, Power Query is right inside the Excel.
Sorry, Dr. Francis, please. I got lost. I don't know how you got to the Power Query inside Excel, please.
what do I do? I'll go to data. Can you see get data?
Get data.
From file. Can you see from file?
Okay, yes.
Then you can select the data there now.
Okay.
Then
you
select data, then take you to Power Query screen and you start working from there.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, that's it. But we have passed this stage in Excel now, is it?
Yes.
Is there anybody that doesn't know how to build reports in Excel?
We haven't reached that side though.
Who is saying we have not reached that side? We have not reached that side. Okay, that's okay. All right, and we are good to go. So let's go back to Power BI. Let's go back to Power BI. So once we are done here, you can also change the name here if you want. So let me change the name to, let's say, revenue or whatever, right? Revenue, or let's say others. Okay, let's say others. All right, so what you do, you go here, file. Can you see your file?
Okay.
File, close and apply, close and apply, close and apply. So it's going to take me straight to my what? Power BI. Straight to my Power BI. Straight to my Power BI. And good. Can we see the others now? Then we can start building our reports. So we can have that, right? Now you notice that here in your data set, if I come here, so you can see I can build all my charts here, isn't it? I can start building all my charts. We know how to do this at this point.
Yes, sir.
We can all do this now, isn't it?
Yes.
Now you notice that where is this data? If I come here, this is my report sheet. If I come here to the data side now, can you see the data side? Can you see data here? So for example, you see, if I was to put, for example, currency here, how will I put currency here? Can you see my values? You will notice that anyone that you see that has this symbol here, what's the symbol for?
Value.
Oh, is it not?
Summation.
That sum means that what? What's the data type?
Number.
Number. So if I want to put currency now, how do I put currency? Do I put dollar sign? Yeah, if I put dollar together. If I want to put naira, how do I put naira? The same way now, you come down, just click it down and go and look for naira there. Remember how you have naira in Excel? Exactly. Do you find it there? Then I say, okay, so this is it. So anywhere you see it, you take it. Have someone. And we are good to go. Let's check this one. Dates. Where's our other dates? Okay, dates. Now these dates, look at what's the data type here?
Text.
Is it supposed to be a text? So let's come here. Dates. Let's come to dates. Let's drag dates here. Can you see what it's doing here? You know, normally it's supposed to separate all of them into what? Either it's months. Exactly.
Yeah.
But this one is still bringing them as one. Okay, so what do we do? I'll go back there. That way, before you leave Power Query, ensure that all the data types are correct. So I'll switch it from here to what? To dates.
Dates.
Yes, I want to change it. Dates. So is it a date data type now?
Right.
Can you see that? If I want to change the format of it, maybe how do I want to see the dates? Okay, maybe I want to see it like this. So if it's like this, I want to see it, then that's fine. So let's come back there. So let's drag dates. Drag dates now. Can you see that? Does it work now?
Yes.
I can now take out maybe just the months I want. So just month I want. So I'll drag revenue to it.
Sorry, can you do it again? Sorry.
Apologies. What do you have to do again?
How you change the dates?
Okay, the dates. Okay, good. The dates. So you see, I clicked on it.
And also,
hello? You know it was on text before, right?
Yes.
It was on text before. So what do? I'll click here. I'll click on this date. Can you see where you have data type? So first of all, you see this date here, it's not data. I'll click on it. I'll come to this data type, come and change it to what? Date. Can we see that? Change it to what? Date.
Okay.
Do we see that?
Hmm.
So that's it now. So when I come down here, I will now see that it has changed now, isn't it? So this is date type. So that means this is what? This is what? Number,
Yeah.
date, and every other one is what? String or text. Is that clear?
Dr. Francis, please.
Yes, sir.
Hello.
Yes, yes, go ahead.
Please, the revenue.
Yes. Yeah, what happened to it?
No, can you go back to the table?
Okay, the table, okay.
Okay, how you changed it to this?
Okay, I change it to this, okay.
Yeah.
So you see, I'll click on the revenue, right? The same way, remember that this data type is already hold number.
Okay.
So what I just decided to do is just to put what? The currency there. Can you see that? So once I want to put currency, if it's dollar, I want to put, I'll put dollar there. I'll switch it to dollar. If I want to put maybe pounds, I'll switch it to pounds. Okay. If I want to put naira, I'll come here, look for naira, go down, scroll down and look for naira. But since this is recent one, I've used naira will be there. So whatever date type you want to now put, if you want it to be percentage, you can switch it to percentage. Can you see that? So that's just basically what it is. I hope that answers you.
Yes, thank you.
All right, great. And we are good to prepare our report. So we now know how to prepare reports. To build the reports now, we now know what to do, isn't it? So let's first of all label this is what revenue.
Sorry, Dr. Francis, I got lost. I don't know how we started preparing the reports from the cleaned data, please.
What did we do there? Have you closed your Power Query? Close and apply.
The one from Excel. That's the one I've been doing. The one I've been doing.
The one we have been doing. That's what we are working with.
Okay, I don't need to save it or anytime.
No, just close and apply. Just in case, for example, look at, assuming I have not corrected it here. I want to go back to Power Query. Can you see transform data?
Yes.
I'll click transform data. Transform data will take me back to Power Query.
Okay.
Do we get that? It take me back to Power Query. So let me share my screen. So this is my Power Query screen. This is my Power Query screen, right? So let's say, for example, can you see dates here? This is ABC. So I want to switch it back to dates. So I've corrected it here, isn't it?
Yes.
I've corrected it here. So now I want to close and apply. So file, close and apply.
Okay.
And that's all. It will take me back to my Power BI. And we are good to go.
So please, how did we change the name from data cleaning to others?
Just double click on that name there. Double click on that name there. Although I did it in Power Query, but double click it there and you can type whatever name you want there. I can type customers.
Okay.
I can type customers there. I can type others there.
Okay, thank you.
Clear? Great. So do we see where Power Query now comes? Can you see what power there? How powerful it is. So we can now build our report. So which one is easier to work with now, Excel or Power BI? Which one is easier?
Power BI.
Yes.
Well, we are still used to Excel.
You are still used to Excel, okay. But you see, I'm sure by the time you have learned Power BI, you throw away Excel.
In Power BI, can you build a report from the scratch?
How was it doing now?
Is that what I'm doing?
No. This one, you already have a prepared Excel.
Okay, from this. Okay, let me show you what that's. So, for example, just imagine now. Okay, so where would data come from?
That is the data I'm talking about.
So you want to generate data here. You want to check. Okay, look at it. Can you see enter data?
Enter data.
So let's say I have maybe, let's say group. Maybe I have A, B, B, C, right? Maybe I have revenue here. Revenue. You want to type in Excel like Excel, 7, whatever number you have there. Okay, that's all. So let me load it now. Load. Okay, table. All right, good. Group, the revenue there, and build my reports. And we're done.
Can you transform the data, sir? Let's see the
Transform
for
to
this
what?
one. For this one to see the Excel sheet.
The
one
Excel
you just,
sheet.
the one you
Here.
just typed now.
Okay, here.
Okay, yeah.
So let's go to
No,
table.
is it this
Table
one?
here, right?
Yeah, okay.
Yes, here now.
Okay.
For example, now let's say we have data. Remember, we say we have we can get data from different sources, right? So let me go and get data. Let me get from the web. Let me say, for example, which website can we use? Okay, let's say COVID. Let's say NCDC. What is that website? NCDC website. What do they call it? NCDC.
NCDC.
Okay. Okay, maybe let me share my screen. Okay, let me get, so it's NCD. So let me just copy the link out. So this is the link here. COVID19.ncdc.gov. Can you see that?
Yes.
That's the website. I don't have data. Do I have the data here?
No.
Do I have the data here?
No.
No.
I'll just go to the website, get it there, click OK. Click OK. It will be loading. If the website is down, you cannot load anything or don't see anything. So yeah, they are messy. All right, so table, let's check. Is it this table we want? Do we want this table? Yeah, this looks most likely. Can we see my navigator here?
Oh.
Yes.
Yes.
No. Okay, so most likely table 1, right?
That was table, yes.
Table 1. All right. So what do we do next?
Transform data.
Transform data. As if there's nothing to clean there. Power query. So let me go to is this my power? Is this my data now? Is this the data now?
Yes.
You notice this table 1. This is table. This was that one we typed that time, isn't it? So let me call this one COVID-19. COVID-19. So this is my COVID-19 data. So states. So I can edit and say this is my states. This is my confirmed cases.
Dr. Francis, sorry. When we clicked on transform data, you said as long as there's nothing to clean. Is it not here we'll do the cleaning if there is?
Yeah, this is where we do the cleaning, the power query. That will be transform data.
Okay.
If every time just click transform data, don't even bother to do it. Just go to transform. You will see something.
All right.
Yeah, you will see something. So you can just do all your transformations here if there's anything to do here. But if this data looks clean enough, then that's fine. Okay. If, for example, I want to take all these ones to different categories, what do I do? I want to take everything to one single column. How do I do it?
Pivot it.
On pivot. So I'll right click and say on pivot, isn't it? And that's it now. So I'll say this is values. This is what do we call this one now? We just say case. Okay. Or whatever it is. So it can be admission, confirmed, dates, or whatever. Or let me just say, okay, let me say situation. Whatever this, so I've now moved it into this. Then I can come here, find, close, and apply. And I'm now back to my Power BI. You see how life is easy on Power BI?
So easy.
So easy, right?
Dr. Francis.
Yes.
The link I dropped on the chat, can you show us like if that one can be cleaned as well? Like how you will clean it?
This one.
The IMDb chat something.
Yeah, let me copy it. So let's see if it will allow us. So let's go. So web, right? Go on the web, paste this. This is the site now. This is the site, right?
Yeah.
This is the site. Okay, click OK. Connect.
Connect.
If it will give you access, that means it's free. You connect straight. But there are some that will restrict you. But if it's going to allow, if there's no restriction, to go straight.
So, sir, if it is, that means this feature just makes it to look for all the tables on that website.
On that website, exactly. So this is what they call web scraping. But you know, we would have done it in Python, but that one we have done proper coding for it. So we check. So which table do you want? Is it the table? This one.
Yeah.
All right, great. Transform data. Okay, let's just do this straight so that we can see it. Let's load it straight. Table 1 and all right, great. So this is a table. This was table 1, right? This table. So that's it. So let's call this movies. So let's check what the data looks like. Movies, okay. So this is the table now, right?
Yeah.
This column, we don't need this column now, isn't it? So I can delete that column out. You see that if you have done the transformation there, we have worked there. So this is the movie. This is the rating. This is your rating.
So the year and the serial number are all in the same column. Like if you want
to enemies at work. They have come. They have come. All right. So in this case, now you have to take it to Power Query. Take to Power Query and let's see what the issue is. So okay, I removed the columns there. Okay, good. So this is it, isn't it? So what do you want to do?
Can't see what you were doing, sir.
They're not seeing it.
Oh, you're not seeing what I'm doing?
No.
This is my Power Query now. Here now.
It's up now.
Yeah,
it's up now. So okay, the problem here is that what these two are together, isn't it? This one is there anything here? There's nothing here, right?
The rank and title.
This one, there's nothing here, right? So I can remove this. So this is where the problem is. Okay, there's nothing here too. So I can remove this. So this is what you have. So what you want to do, you want to separate this now.
Now what's separate the rank? The rank and the title and the year. They're all on the same column. Like, is there a shortcut to
I don't understand.
Like,
sorry.
The first column. She's talking about the first column.
The first column.
This one.
That's
okay. Okay. This is wonderful. Yes, now you can do it. There's nothing you cannot do. So what do you want to do now? You want to separate the survey?
Yeah, I want
because we have not. Don't worry. Can we start this from next? I'll show you how to do it.
All right.
We can separate it now. There's nothing we cannot do. Yeah? So maybe
you can do everything.
You can do everything we can do here. You get everything we can do here. Okay. Just have another session coming up now, but everything I can do it from here. If I come to add columns here, I'll see everything. Can you see conditional column? Can you see it? So if whatever there, I can put whatever it is to separate it there for me. Okay. So let's start with this one next week. Then I will continue from here. So I'll separate everything for you. I'll clean it up for you.
Thank you, Dr. Francis.
Thank you,
all right. Thank you very much, guys.
Thank you so much.
Thank you,
all right.
Francis.
Take care. Please try and practice this. Try and practice this.
Yeah.
All right. Take care. Bye.
Thank you, sir. Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Okay.
Vivian Utoke. Farah, I'm expecting my rice. So
Come to my house.
Bye-bye.
Bye, everyone.